Timmy, I hate to interrupt, but are we playing the song?
Oh, we did. I did.
I heard it.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't. That's crazy.
I was like, yeah.
Well,
I was like, I just sat through the whole thing.
that's funny. You kind of look,
Yeah.
you look like you were, but I couldn't hear
Yeah.
it. I had
Oh, that would
nothing.
be brutal if everybody was just listening, like
And you're
watching me.
silently, like you're kind of bopping your head.
Timmy's head's, moving to it and
Oh,
stuff, but there's no sound.
that's
Uh,
painful. Yeah, I hope not.
Hi, Dale.
Dale,
That's like singing the birthday song and then nobody joins you.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's
totally.
brutal.
Jerry, do you have experience with that? A lot of experience with that?
It's happened before. I remember when Bill Sienkiewicz, he did drawing or he did a guest speaker event on his birthday. Didn't tell us until the day of. And we met
Oh,
with the students and we're like, when the guest speaker spot happens, everybody, we're gonna sing happy birthday to him.
oh
And then
no.
I was like, and don't you all dare not sing. Because I was like, I'm not gonna sing on a Zoom call.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Anyways, John,
all right,
take it.
all
Take it
right.
away.
Hey, everybody, welcome. I hope you're here to draw with us tonight. Um, just a reminder, you're in the Drawing Hive, and the Drawing Hive is brought to you by Visual Arts Passage. Visual Arts Passage is an educational program that delivers mentorships for people that want to develop careers in illustration and painting. So if you have interest, check us out. We got some great instructors, some great success stories with our students, and I hope you'll take a look at it. All right, so tonight we are drawing Beetlejuice, and this was Dale probably remembers when it came out, the original one. I certainly do. It was a fun movie, and then to see it be remade. I think it comes out tonight or tomorrow, if
Yeah,
I'm correct.
tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says tomorrow.
So we got some great references to draw from. Um, um, we have Michael Keaton up on the left there. We have Monica Bellucci. We have Winona Ryder. And then who is I got to move my menu
Jenna
to,
Ortega.
thank you, Jenna Ortega. Thank you. I knew the other three. I didn't know her name. We're going to do 3 poses tonight, 2 20-minute poses and then a 40-minute pose. You can draw one all night long. You can try to draw them all, whatever you like to do. And at the end of it, we're going to post on Instagram. I'm sure there'll be a link that's posted or has been posted. I'm not sure. But we're good to go. I'm all set.
Everyone, yeah, please share your work throughout the night. We're gonna check it out at the end. I'll let you know when we get to our stopping points for each drawing. The tags tonight are hashtag drawing hive at Visual Arts Passage, and the special tag for tonight is not creative. It is just drawing hive 218. So yeah,
That isn't very creative.
no, it's not. It's like Beetle hives are a thing. So like you can't there's not a lot of space. Um I've never seen Beetlejuice.
Oh my gosh. Like,
Pretty fun.
it's so fun visually. It was a couple weeks ago, but I drew like the receptionist from the
Mhm.
first movie just because it was fun.
Oh, that's cool. That's really great. Yeah, it came out when the year I was born.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Yep. And then you can imagine by the it would be a pretty scary movie for a kid under a certain age.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to watch it when it first came out. I was like a
Yeah.
kid.
What
Yeah.
year did it come out?
1988.
Yeah, so I was 7.
Oh my God, John. We're
Yeah.
very old.
Pardon me?
We're very old.
Yeah.
You didn't need to remind me. I know that. I know you're old, Dale. That's all right.
Michael Keaton was an adult when it came out. I think it's great that he reprised this role, you know. He's
He said he loved playing Beetlejuice.
he's got a lot of accolades under his belt since Beetlejuice.
Absolutely.
Yes. My daughter worked on this movie.
No
Oh,
way.
did she?
Yeah, they were up in Vermont last summer.
That's so cool.
The house, I haven't seen this, so I don't know, but she just sent me, it was during they were having some serious flooding up there. And they had to shut down production because the house, I guess the Beetlejuice house, I guess this is a real janky looking Tim Burton looking house.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It was up on a big hillside, and it slid down
Oh my gosh.
hillside, and it they took 6 months to build that thing. So I don't know how they figured it out.
Took like
Well, and then I
45
know
minutes.
then the strike happened too during production, right?
Yeah, that was a pain. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
That
What
house sliding down the hill was sort of apropos for the business, I guess.
Oh my
can,
gosh.
can you imagine that was like there was someone that was like their job to make
Oh,
sure it didn't slide down the hill, you know?
I don't know if it's like, you look in the credits, it's like, Timmy Tremont, uh, make sure house doesn't slide downhill. I don't know what
Well,
that.
it wasn't that. There was something like executive director in front of it of
Yeah,
like engineering, like
yeah,
set engineering.
that's what it would be. Engineering. You're right. You have one job.
Yeah. And you know that there was a moment where someone was like, "Do you think we need to do this extra step?" And that person was
No.
like, "No
How,
way. I've done this a million
Like
times."
it's a couple extra $1,000. Let's not.
Yeah.
how
Nah, we're good.
how often do houses slide down hills?
Oh my
Depends on where
God.
you are. Yeah. Where are you in California?
Yeah, it's like we're not in
Yeah.
California.
Pretty
By the
unusual
way,
in
Dale,
Kansas
I'm
City. Yeah.
absolutely fascinated by your daughter's job. Like, I feel like you always just give little snippets, and I'm always like, oh, I'm just so interested in everything she does.
It's hard work, man. Those are
I
I
long.
can only imagine.
we've officially entered the territory. But Dale, I can't just immediately dog on a movie now to you because it might have been a movie that your daughter worked
A
on.
kid might have worked on it. Hey.
You'd be like, "Hey, you take that back."
I think what
What?
Dale's trying to tell us that it was his daughter's responsibility to keep
Yeah,
that.
was your daughter in charge of
Actually,
building that?
that's funny you say that because she works in locations, but it's not
Yeah.
that kind of locations job. So
That's a
that
great
was the
job,
first
though.
that was the first thing I asked her. I'm like,
Was it on you?
yeah, are you
Yeah.
in trouble?
Should we be hiring legal counsel?
We no 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 not we. You're 26 now.
Not we. Yeah, this is a you problem.
So, yeah.
What's everybody working with? Cassandra, I can see you're back at it with your
Yeah, I wanted to play
sponsor.
with the markers again because the colors are so bright in the reference. So I thought it would be fun to go back to paint markers for this.
You got to drop the brand name again. Or are
Oh,
you
it is
like not?
Grabby.
Yeah,
Grabby markers sent me these to play with.
Oh,
nice.
I should have done that. I got some of those after I saw you using them. So they have at least one sale directly because of you.
Ah, thanks, Dale.
You hear
And
that,
I
Grabby?
hope you like them. I hope you're having fun with them.
It's like a lot of art supplies I have. I haven't used them yet, and I intend to.
You know what, Dale? I got those Carbello pencils because you use them so beautifully, and
Oh.
I use them, and I'm like, I don't look anything like Dale.
Um, Also tonight we are due to and thanks to Zoom updates around security in the chat, we are dipping our toes back into the public chat on Zoom. Which
Whoa!
may immediately become a regretful choice. But if you would like, let us know where you're tuning in from and set it to everyone. Don't do just panelists unless you're gonna say something nefarious, in which case don't send it to everyone, please. Yeah.
Dale got the Carbothello pencil out.
No, I've got the somebody somebody at school asked me to do a demo of Chris Payne's thing with the ultramat medium. So
Oh,
I haven't done that in maybe 2 or 3 years. So I'm seeing if I know how to do it. So
Oh,
Keep your
That's
eyes out for a face
You drawing
paint.
with Prismacolor right now then?
Yeah, I've got the chestnut.
Yeah.
oh
You're
yeah,
doing
that
the
is
whole
the right
thing.
color.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be like Cassandra, what you just said. It's like, how come this doesn't look like Chris's stuff?
Yeah, I was very quickly humbled by by that material, Dale.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody can beat Santiago, Chile for distance from us? We got England. That's pretty far.
Wow.
Yeah.
We get I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting your name. We get somebody in Kenya often.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, John, what are you working with tonight?
I'm drawing with pastel. Just new pastels on mid-tone paper.
Nice.
Kind of fun. I've been painting a lot these days and making well, first of all, it's a fairly easy cleanup to, you know, switch gears from paint to new pastel. New pastel's pretty light, you get 3 or 4 sticks of pastel and a piece of mid-tone paper, that's all you need. It's not as complicated as what Dale's about to do. He's got a bunch of a bunch of materials. He's got to have a water base, and then are you going to do the brayers on top of it, or?
Yeah, I feel like I'm Evel Knievel about to attempt the Snake River Canyon, and I know how that ended.
All right, I think we got a record here, and I might butcher the town or city, Kupang, Indonesia. That's pretty
Wow.
far.
Wow, wow.
Some good stuff.
It's amazing.
Yeah, someone said Bravo, England, where it's midnight. I feel like Indonesia. That's an early riser. Um, so what's everyone been working on this week?
I'm working on a well, it's big for me. This is like medium to normal for John, but it's a 24 by 24 cradle panel for the anniversary show for Robert Lang. So having fun figuring that out. I feel like I'm blocking in for days.
Is that a typical like size for you, or is that larger?
No, that's big for me. I typically work smaller.
Really?
How big is it, Cassandra?
24 inches by 24 inches.
Oh, wow.
So like everyone is supposed to be creating a piece for that size, and they don't want it to be framed. So I got a nice, I think it's like a 2.5 inch cradle, so it's got a deep cradle.
Wow. Is it something you would advise an artist when they're getting started, especially like in the gallery space, to kind of pick a lane in terms of sizes and stick to it just for like comfort, or is that kind of inconsequential?
Oh, well, big pieces are more expensive and tough to store. So I think like working
Uh-huh.
on the smaller size or having some smaller pieces also gives you something cheaper to offer that people can more afford, because I think
Yeah.
you want to be finding your audience. But I think a variety
Mhm.
sizes are good, but I wouldn't immediately like personally jump out the gate with a huge piece, because that's tough to lug. It's expensive to ship to a gallery if you're working with a gallery out of town. Like it's just,
Yeah. When is it when you go small, so when you do go smaller, do you think that it allows you to um does it give you some like latitude to up your price per square inch just because it's smaller? Does that make sense?
yeah, I mean, I started out pretty affordable in general, because
Uh-huh.
I was always taught the first thing you want are the red dots. You want the sales,
Yeah.
and it shows that you're in demand. So I didn't like, I wasn't outrageously low, but I feel like I was very affordable so that I could slowly build a
Uh-huh.
collector base. And that's kind of what my gallery had taught me. And it worked really well for me. And then they taught me, like, if it goes really well and you're selling out, like, then give yourself a 10% raise, and then you kind of compound upon that. And within a few years, you're able to raise your price, and collectors like it because it means that your work is worth more, but it also keeps you from like losing your collectors because you're raising your prices. It's a gradual warm up to being able to make more money with your work.
Yeah. Is there also, when you're getting started, I guess, any appeal in just knowing that like normal people can afford your artwork?
Oh, I totally want my art to be available. And I know like the bigger pieces are really expensive in general.
Yeah.
I couldn't, I can't buy my bigger pieces, but like I like to try
Mhm.
to have affordable stuff. So when I
Mhm.
have a solo show, I'll do stuff, I'll try to have a couple pieces that are around like 350 and have them be small, and like then it's a small cool piece that helps people like start to
Mhm.
collect my work if they want to. And then I have some bigger pieces for people who like are used to my work, they like my work, and they have the space for it. So I like to have a variety of sizes, just always to offer and be available to
Mhm.
people. But then I also offer like clay prints too. So if they can't afford the original, then they can get a top quality print. I don't know. So I like to have a variety. I don't want to
Yeah.
be somebody that's not available.
Do you ever feel like I mean, what's the general feeling? You know, if you sell prints, are you are you timing that so that, you know, is the who is it? I know Ed Bakley, who we had in here. I
Mhm.
guess he makes sure he sells the original. I believe this is right. I could be wrong, but I think he sells the original before he'll make any prints. Do you think about that at all?
I do. For the most part, I that's pretty true. Like, and then also, like a lot of galleries I work with, they have contracts that while the show is up, I'm not allowed to sell prints or make prints until the show comes down. And then, the galleries I work with often don't want the print of the piece that I've just made either because, they want to be selling the original work and have it be original work. So some galleries want the prints, and often they'll sell the prints after the fact, after it's sold, or things like that. Um, but yeah, um I think every print I have is from a piece that's already sold.
Okay. Yeah, because I always wonder about, you know, like, is it undercutting yourself? Is it?
I don't think so because I think like the say not the person that would buy the original is not necessarily the person that would buy the print.
Yeah.
Um so I don't think it's necessarily undercutting me, but I also don't think that that's bad advice either. I think that it can't hurt to hold back until the original sells.
There's an artist that I really love, named Jean Smith. She's a painter, and I learned about her. There was a New York Times article. Um, it's titled "The Painter Subverting Art World Economics." And she, um, for years, just on Facebook, would post like 3 paintings a day and sell them for $100, right? And
Hmm.
it's just like, and the sales would just happen through the comments or whatever. Um, which, like, there's a lot, I know a lot of artists that do that still, and I've seen that, but she just always stuck to this like $100, right? And she has larger paintings, but she just always did the portraits that were like pretty standard. They're very simple, and always did $100. And they immediately, like, they became like impossible to get,
Hmm.
where like people would fight for them. And she had a limit. You could only ever win 3 times. Because basically you would comment, and like, because I did it once, I'd comment, and then like 6 hours later, you would get like a random direct message from her and
Hmm.
be like, I'm gonna sell you the painting. And I got the direct message and I didn't answer fast enough, and it went on to the next person, which is a bummer. Um, but
Amazing.
uh but I do they typically, I think the resale of them is really high. But then she had like it was like a class of paintings that she sells, because I know that she also sells other paintings that are larger, or like she managed to kind of operate in two different spaces, which is kind of
Hmm.
interesting. I don't know. But yeah, it's, if you want to read it, I'll drop a link in the chat. Don't read it
Yeah,
now
I
though.
think that that's really great. I think you definitely have to have a reasonable following I personally think you need to have a reasonable following to be able to make that worth the effort, because it's
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of work to do that.
100%. Much of the article is like Gene Smith like toiled for years, like not in the limelight, you know?
Yeah, no, like
It's
I think
yeah,
it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I
yeah.
like watch some really like social media savvy artists, and I'm beyond impressed with their ability to do the work.
So what's kind of funny about her is like if you look at it, there's like nothing savvy about it.
But
It's
just
just
that
like
she's willing to follow through it on a daily,
yeah.
like that to me there is a level of savviness and commitment that I don't have. Daily's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that Timmy read that article.
Whoa, Ray.
it's like a voice of God thing.
You don't think I read the article, Ray?
Oh man, that the title is a little much.
You mean it's just the title itself is about?
You think it's a little heavy-handed?
A little heavy. Well, it's just a little heavy. Usually you and I are like, 10 reasons why artists, you do that. I'm there.
Yeah, it is a New York Times article, so I'm surprised they didn't do it in all caps. And
How's everyone doing?
It's good to have you back, Ray.
Yeah,
Oh,
great to have you back.
I'm ecstatic to be back.
Ray, any fireworks tonight?
No more fireworks. Oh my goodness.
Ray, where are you tuning in from now?
I'm in New England.
right.
Right now.
Are you near
In
Dale?
New England.
Directly
I'm-
behind Dale.
I'm about an hour away.
Ray Bonilla,
Wow.
newest New England Patriot fan.
No, let's go on the record and say that is not true.
Well, Patriots fans aren't Patriots fans these days. So,
So I sound like a Patriots fan denying my
how far can you fall? Uh, so when that's cool. I ride.
yeah.
Where I think you are. I ride my bike through there all the time, so I'll stop in to use your bathroom and to get some water.
Sweet. Well, I'm currently running a place that's about 860 square feet. So I'll hear you.
How long you been there?
Just I think it's gonna be 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
So, and the first two were just trying to move in while also house hunting. So,
Yeah.
but happy to be back.
Yeah, I was gonna
happy to
say
be-
we didn't have a guest tonight, but Raymond, you've been gone long enough that I feel like you're a guest now.
Totally.
Oh man, that's a dig.
No,
Oh,
not
It's
a
not.
dig, not a dig. It
It's
just makes it
not.
extra exciting.
It's very exciting.
no.
And also,
right.
I will
It's
say
terrible.
this. I will say this. Next week is our official. We haven't really done an official. We've had a lot of features, little pop-ins of Scott Anderson. We've had a couple of Scott Anderson pop-ins. We're gonna have a Scott Anderson special night where he's gonna be our guest.
Oh,
We're just gonna
And-
make him a
okay.
regular at this
And
point.
Scott has specifically demanded part of his rider is that Ray Bonilla be there.
I know. I was so bummed that I missed the last
Yeah.
time he was around. I was in I couldn't find my computer. It was under like 3 tons of moving boxes.
That's how you know moving, when you can't find your computer. Like,
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Dale, you got
so-
a question. You got a question from New Zealand, Dale. You working with just a colored pencil tonight?
No, you're gonna see me put some matte medium or some color over this and then try to dig my way out of the hole that I've done. So stay tuned. This should be really
Ready to see a car crash, kids?
Yeah,
oh,
just about
Yeah,
5
this is
that was
ready to
great.
see a car crash. It's like when they put the car up on the anchor in front of the high school. Did they do that when you were in high school?
I have no idea what type of educational system you were
You
brought up
didn't-
in,
they didn't do
but
that.
no, that's
It was
terrifying.
a system.
No,
So it's to show you what a car accident was like.
Yeah. The tour from
Yeah.
the States.
And what they did was they found the coolest way to show you what a car accident was
Right.
They would bring a crane out. They would get a beater car from like a like I don't know, just a junkyard car, and they would hook it up to this crane, put it up as high up in the air as they possibly could. They'd tell you that they knew the exact speed that it was going to fall. I think that everybody was just guessing. And everybody would just come outside and we just like, you get to watch this car get
Completely
dropped
forgot about that.
into the
Whoa, they dropped the
parking lot.
car?
They dropped
Yeah.
it with the, like 100 kids around, and they'd be like, this is what a car accident is like. I
And
don't
like
think
that's just
anybody,
45 miles per hour.
yeah.
And it's supposed to scare you, but you're like, that is awesome.
Oh my God, you
It's kind of
exactly like
like
that.
it's the equivalent of like a monster truck rally moment at your high school,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be educational, but everybody's just
Yeah.
like, did you see that?
This is like the
Yeah.
height
What
of
would it
the
be like if
dare.
you were going 60?
Yeah. That's all the only thing. It's like, wait a second. What if we got this crane up on top of that building? Like, yeah, all the boys are just like, how do we up the ante? No, this is like the height of the dare movement where
Oh
they
yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
realize that these things were not working.
No, the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense that it would, I mean, because
Yeah.
where I grew up in Queens, if you wanted to see a car accident, you would just open the window up.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, yeah, it was just fender benders.
Yeah.
But oh, what was it? Really was just a demonstration on how to destroy asphalt. Nobody.
You know,
I mean, it was just like the most expensive way to destroy asphalt. Just be like, yeah, we're gonna have to repave the parking lot again. I wonder why.
it was the .com days. That's when people were printing money. So
Yeah. I wonder how much it would cost to do that. It felt like a live version of Mythbusters. It felt like you got to attend a live taping of Mythbusters.
that's probably where it came from, right? When you think about it.
Oh, this is pre
Anybody,
Mythbusters.
I know, but
Yeah.
anybody asked Adam Savage like what you came up with it? How'd you come up with it? And he
Yeah.
probably would have said like,
Did we just
Is R2D2 joining us?
Yeah, it sounds like
yeah, I don't know who that is.
it. Ray, you're trying to act like the Star Wars noise isn't coming from your house.
No,
Oh, that was me. That was Maria's ringtone. Sorry.
Oh no.
I was
Sorry,
like,
Ray. My
guys, I spent like
apologies, Ray.
$40 on that ringtone pack. Okay.
Someone asked, any tips for marketing digital art? Can you elaborate on like what type, like how you want to sell it, like prints or something like that? Anything? What you have in mind? But like Ray, have you ever gone in that space of selling digital art in any way?
No, not really. I mean, is it only in like in the sense that it was a physical form?
Yeah, I wish
You know,
Tony Rodriguez was here. If there's an artist you want
Yeah.
to study, if there's an artist you want to study about monetizing digital artwork, Tony Rodriguez is the way to go.
Yeah.
And he is a guest speaker this coming semester.
Yeah. They're talking about t-shirt print shop.
Yeah, it would depend on like I mean, if you did digital fine art paintings,
Yeah.
it was different tactic than something that's more like graphic design oriented.
Right. It's pretty unique to the
You know.
person question.
Yeah, it's like say, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the question. It's just more so like it there's so many answers to it because it's so general. It's like asking like, how
Right.
do you market oil paintings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Otherwise, I mean, you could just ask Dale. I don't know. That's what I usually do.
Dale, how many digital pieces have you flipped this month?
A few, but
Yeah.
editorial pieces. So not.
What have
not
you been
selling.
what have you been working on lately?
I've been actually I haven't been taking on as much work because this I'm in this MFA program, and school is starting,
Yeah.
and teaching 4 classes, and I'm out of my mind. So I actually
What do
just,
you like? What are you like when you're under a lot of when you're
Yeah,
out
Dale,
of
what do you
line?
like? What do you like as a student? We should maybe have your teachers on and interview
I'm a
you when you're done.
I'm a really, really good student. I'm the opposite of what
Do
I
you
was.
just raise your hand constantly? Are you a teacher's pet?
Oh, I'm such a grade grubbing uh teacher's pet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Help
So
I
you're
us
was
not
have
like an
Chris
act,
Payne
like one
on.
of those action.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying we should just have Chris Payne on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ask him like, "Hey, Chris, is Dale like one of those like actually students? You know, every time you say something, you're like, actually, in the back of the class,
According to chapter 3.
like after 3.
That's not what it says in the text.
According to the schedule, we're supposed to be discussing water mediums.
I'm-
I would bet that Chris really enjoys having you as like a sidekick to eye roll at maybe like some like Gen Z millennial stuff. Do you
Oh, there's
guys
a lot of eye rolling going on, but it's not the Gen Zs that are doing the eye. I mean, it's not Chris that's doing the eye rolling, put it that way.
It's-
There it is.
uh,
Say no
maybe-
more. We already know what type of student you are. Got it.
I'll tell you, I was a
Yeah.
bad student in high school. I barely
Really?
made it out of high school.
Dale, I'm the
I had to
exact
stay-
same way. I'm the
I had to
exact
stay
same
back.
way.
I had to stay back a semester. Like I didn't graduate with my class.
Oh, I wasn't that bad. I take it back.
Which is so crazy to me because you're
Yeah.
so like to me you just seem so responsible and like on top of everything. So I can't imagine like rebellious you, teenager you.
Yeah, well, it was a thing.
I mean, like, well, you sound like a real. I mean, you sound like a legit, rebel. Whereas Timmy was trying to be, thought he found a kindred spirit, but really he was like, yeah, man. One day I saw a can and I didn't recycle it.
No, I was just a very bad student. I just also it was like I had dyslexia during like the tail end of like it was like the tail end of people being like, well, good luck.
Oh
You know?
my God. I probably did too. And they were like, well, you just,
Yeah.
some make it, some don't.
Yeah.
See you later.
They were just like, you're gonna need
By the
some
way, that
tough
was
skin.
by the way, that was me. The kid
Yeah.
who didn't recycle the can that he saw on the floor was me, and I felt bad about it. So that's how much of a rebel I was.
Yeah, I
As
would
a-
never do such
as
a
a-
I
thing.
would try to
Right.
do that and then I would march back like all the
I
way to the
believe
other
that.
end to go recycle it.
Yeah. And then you'd apologize. Then you'd tell on yourself, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Dale,
You are
did
correct.
did you get in trouble, Dale, or did you? And we don't have to go into the details more than you'd like,
No,
but
no.
did you get in trouble, or was it just like not interested in school?
I had no use for it. I was playing my guitar. I was trying to learn. I was reading. The thing is, I was reading a lot of books. It's just not the books that were in class. I was reading like Carlos Castaneda and William Burroughs, Naked Lunch
Yeah.
and Hunter Thompson. It's like these are books.
I read a lot too, but I read really, really slow, and I read stuff that wasn't on the. I didn't do homework.
Same here.
I
Yeah.
was the kid that put, like the kid that put the homework. Like I never had binders or folders. I just shoved the paperwork in my backpack.
Oh man,
Timmy,
I know
didn't-
those kids.
You didn't have a backpack, did you, Dale?
We didn't do backpacks in
You just had a motorcycle.
motorcycle. No.
If it didn't fit on my bride, it wasn't going home with me.
Yeah, there was no room on the hog.
I mirror wrote through the 3rd grade. So everything I did was completely reversed and I didn't even realize it. Like
Wow.
the teacher would grade my stuff by holding it up to the mirror because I couldn't see things in the right direction for the longest time.
Wait,
God.
what?
If
Yeah.
Gianna
That's a
came
thing?
home, If
Yeah.
Gianna came home from teaching and was like, I need a mirror for this, I'd be like, you got to get a new job.
Yeah, I
That's like
probably
some
like I was the student that would do that.
I always thought that like like Da Vinci's
Yeah.
th like Da Vinci's notes were like that. You think he just wrote
Yeah.
I don't
like
know,
maybe
maybe
that's
he's
what how he was
like,
able to do that?
part of some people are like, oh, it probably means you're dyslexic because I like I also don't know my left from right very well because I'm left-handed and I was grown up, there was no other left-handers around me, and I was always told the hand you write with is your right hand. And no one noticed that I always stepped in the wrong direction and no one ever corrected me. So like I am just no hope
Yeah.
with left and rights either. So
Do,
I'm just a mess.
do you remember, and before I ask this, we should move on to the next pose. Please start posting your work to Instagram. It's going to be hashtag Drawing Hive at Visual Arts Passage and hashtag Drawing Hive 218, Drawing Hive 218. It's episode 218. That's why. Please post your work. I'll copy paste that in the chat. Don't wait till the end of the night. Instagram's got a pretty slow hashtag game, so recommend jumping on it. I was gonna say, do you remember not being able to read and navigating a world where you didn't know what
Yeah.
everything was?
Yeah.
Because I that was a big part of like me in grade school.
Yeah. Totally.
Wow.
But like once I finally caught on, I sped up very fast, but it took me a long time to catch on. And it was just this like I don't know, like I just didn't understand how everybody else caught on so quickly.
Yeah, I joked about that when they said it was like tail end of good luck. It wasn't nearly what it's at now, but I was actually very lucky. I somebody spotted it when I
Oh
was
no, I
really,
was tail
really
end of
young.
good luck. I was
Yeah,
definitely just like, I don't know,
yeah,
I have to
yeah.
grade it up in a mirror. That's weird.
I
Like
just I can't resist a joke. But they so I did get to go a bus. This was brutal in grade school. A bus would pick me up from so for whatever reason they were like, we're gonna drop Timmy off at school at 8 a.m. but then at like 8:30 a.m. he's gonna get called down from his class and he's gonna get picked up by another bus and go to a different school and go to like you know basically get like special needs lessons and then sent back to school. And so every morning everybody would be like, where are you going? I'd be like, don't worry about it.
Aw.
Like, yeah. But it was a weird system back then. It wasn't as I think delicate as it is today.
Yeah, there was not really
There was
much.
probably no system 5 years before that.
Yeah, I was in the no system, and they're just like, I don't know, we just put her in the Robin reading group, which is like,
Yeah.
you don't want to be in the Robin reading group.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, also I should say it's also completely different state to state. Because I
Yeah.
know people that, yeah. Like I know people that grew up who are older than me that actually had dyslexia support. Like
Well, and now,
they were
like,
like
I'm looking at my
a long,
kids
long time ago.
in elementary school, and it's fantastic, and they're
Right.
just being so courteous and kind, and
Oh, that's
very
nice.
individualized education of like this person's need, which must be overwhelming, by the way. But like, I've been blown away in comparison to like what it was like for me as a kid.
John, are we gonna learn something tonight? Do you wanna
I've
you
already
ready?
learned a lot, Timmy.
No, I mean, are you ready for your
I've learned a
your
lot
big
about
moment?
yeah, it's the only reason why I came, John. Come on, man.
yeah, I'm set.
All right. Whoops. 1 sec. I'm not set. Uh-oh.
Okay, Ray. Oh no.
Oh, just there you go.
Here we go.
I thought it
Yay.
was Wheel of Fortune for a second. I
Yeah.
was like, Thomas
How about that
Aikens.
guy? How about that guy?
I love that guy.
Mhm. You probably know a lot more about them than I do. You always do. You always know about more about the artist than I do. But Thomas Enkins, uh, born early or mid 1800s, 1844. He lived to be 71, died in 1916. He was a Philadelphia raised and spent his life in Philadelphia. Studied at the Academy of Art, Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Art. Was not a super popular artist when he was working through his whole life. He was never very popular. Wasn't very considered very successful. He did a lot of portraiture to pay the bills. He was I think most of them know him as a great kind of a teacher, academic. But he was a marvelous painter, a really, really good artist. Obviously a realist, and became one of America's favorite artists. So let's look at some work. It's a self-portrait or younger self-portrait. This is an older self-portrait. You know, this is funny. This is a really early piece of his, and I really liked it. Thought it was really amazing. But his portraiture was really it was very well done, but it was very interesting. It had not everybody, he didn't paint everybody like really pretty or really like in a positive light. This is a very, very famous painting. I think this is just one figure from the Gross Clinic piece that he did that was extremely,
But that's
well,
Agnew Clinic.
is it?
Yeah.
Agnew Clinic, the Gross
Yeah.
Clinic is the second one. I got it. Thank you. I had
Mhm.
a 50-50 chance on the clinics there, Cassandra. I lost.
Oh, totally understand.
This is a problem when I do these talks with people. People know more about them than I do.
I'm utterly fascinated by Akins. Not only like he was a really great teacher and he was kind of ahead of his time. I don't know if you're gonna get into some of his teaching.
Yeah, and this use of photography, figuring out human motion, movement through photography. I know the end of his life, he did they referred to as the Naked series, the Naked paintings.
Hmm.
He was very controversial about that, uh,
Hmm.
especially some of the posing with some of the students. Um, Definitely some nudity going on there. But it was very his father. I don't know if his father was an engraver or a writer, but also um, uh, somebody that did technical drawings. And so he applied his understanding of perspective and gridding to his artwork. It was a big part of what he did. Hey Ray, chime in here anytime you want.
Oh, I was gonna say he
Or
also had, studied in Paris. He was a student of Jerome.
um, at uh, um, the fine
Academy
arts.
Juliana, I
Oh,
think, right? Was he at
École,
the École?
yeah, École,
Yeah, yeah. École de Beaux-Arts, sorry.
yeah,
I
École
always say
de
École.
Beaux-Arts. But
He
I think,
also he also believed in like the fair experience for both men and women, and women weren't allowed to draw like do figure drawing. They thought it was too provocative for women to do. So they were only allowed to draw from statues, and they had to be like with statues of like busts and heads and things like that. And Thomas Inkins was famous for getting really, really mad about that. And so he thought that that was unfair for women. So he would just strip down and get up on a pedestal and let everybody draw him.
yeah,
Right
well,
on.
there you go.
So he must have been such a character.
Yeah, I've seen when I was researching, I saw some of the photographs of him, like not only posing with them, but like carrying them and holding them. I mean, things that you would not get away with today.
No, no.
This is a beautiful portrait. Look at the value control in that head.
It's fantastic. Those glasses.
All of it beautifully done. He must have been successful enough because he did a lot of society portraits mid-career, early career, mid-career.
Yeah, I would imagine so. What's funny about him is that like his reproductions are they never capture the amount of subtle color variety in his work, like when you see it in real life.
Right.
They're quite colorful, especially like his portraits in a very subtle way, you know.
Well, I look at some of like where it's about to come up, the sculling, the rowing.
Mm.
Mhm.
This is an amazing portrait, by the way. Very interesting. These are fantastic.
Yeah, I love that portrait, those portraits. I've seen the one on the right in real
In
life.
life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's life size.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
These are the
Yeah,
things.
there they are.
Wow.
These things are gorgeous.
Very carefully composed pieces, I'll tell you that.
Right.
I
Almost
love I love the
mathematical.
drawings.
Yeah. I have some studies. This one's pretty straightforward for him. Always love this thing.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
And I had to think that John Collier was absorbing this because they have this really mystical feel about them.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
the way he played with the doing those waves with just midtones, warm and cool against each other. Just beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's that one.
Doesn't that remind
It's
you of
interesting.
the Collier piece, the ice skater?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite Collier pieces.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
no, but one thing I love looking at that piece up close because you could see the graphite underdrawing on it, and he kind of left it in a lot of even in those in the finish. I mean, they probably struck through just because of the fact that oil paint gets more translucent as it ages, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Look at that
I
study.
love that. I tell you, he was racing to do that from life.
Beautiful.
You think he did that from life?
He probably did the colors from memory, I would imagine. He
Yeah.
probably had a photo of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I thought you were suggesting he did it from life. It's like
no, hold that right there.
So,
Can imagine him in the boat.
yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
That he definitely did from life and from his head. No, he didn't, folks. I'm just joking.
Yeah, his
You
there's a book-
basically say anything with confidence, and I'm going to believe you and just be like,
I know.
wow.
somewhere around here. I have a book of his photos. He took a lot of photo reference.
Yep.
No, that must
I
be.
read somewhere that he didn't really. It was more of him tinkering with new working methods, and he never. And I read this a long time ago that I got the sense that he didn't. In his teaching was very much straightforward. like the stuff he learned academically.
The complete
I love
agnew.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That's wild. That
Yeah.
scene.
Uh-huh.
That's incredible.
Can you imagine assembling that painting?
Yeah, telling those surgeons to kind of move their hands and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at
You think
the
that
look
guy-
at the ether administrator there, the anesthesiologist. It's like,
That's just
wow.
like, yeah, the anesthesiologist before that was just a guy with a club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna
No, it
carefully
was just it was two guys holding them down is what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a
We're
piece of
part
cork.
the pain
Oh.
management team.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, I love that
dog
piece.
on that rug. Gosh, it's just great. Melts into that. Shape design. It's all about it. It's a beautiful portrait.
Yeah.
I just love this is one I would say he at least drew it from life.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, he definitely could have. I mean, that's it's simple enough that he easily could have had somebody pose.
Right. There it is. There's the gross clinic.
Yeah.
That thing is wild in real life. It's
big.
wild.
Sick.
Yeah. And colorful too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Crazy as that's
felt
it.
like the reproduction. I have a book on them. The reproductions are pretty good on the book. Look at that study.
There it is. See, like that's an example of like maybe a landscape done from life and superimposed, or you could always do that. I mean, I know it's probably from multiple photo references. I love this like academic style study. It's very opaque, which always, I like to think that like that's how he, because I know in Jerome's atelier, the way they studied the model was very opaque passages of paint. There was no prep, no
Does that very much like,
underpainting.
just to break it down, does that mean just like blocking it in solidly? Just
Yeah, yeah. If you see the passages are just like, here's a color, here's a color, here's a color. And they're very clear. That's cool.
Mhm. That feels very Jerome like influence there.
Oh man, that is.
Boxing
Oh,
paintings.
I love that one.
That wedgie you can't pick in public.
Nope.
See, he made the mistake of drawing a crowd scene, and look what happened. Crowd scenes. Tommy, what are you doing?
Help it.
Tommy, please.
Hey, Tom, we need a crowd scene. Oh God, really? Another one?
Wow, look at that how he handled the top tier there. That's just
Yeah.
amazing.
We need an image with like 100 people in it.
Oh,
I think I left my favorite till the end here, which I love this painting. That's beautiful.
mm.
I love this painting. I've always loved this.
Oh,
Great. Look at that
wow.
atmosphere.
Amazing.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Such a good composition.
I just love the way he contrasts the soft edges against like the super sharp,
Yeah.
razor sharp edges of the figure and the boat.
That.
And that part of the bridge right there leads right down to the rowboat.
He's playing with fire with that head there because it's meeting, right where the head curves. You have kind of a tangent
Yeah.
going there, and then it's that
Yeah,
top of
Tom, I would move that, Tom, if you're still listening.
Well, what I'm saying though is it's
Yeah.
you're pulling off this real cool trick where you got a dark thing against light, and then suddenly the head turns into light against dark against the bridge. So it's like for people who are struggling with that kind of thing, this is a great thing to look at.
Yeah.
You know?
Beautiful. And that's a powerfully good tangent. And I tell you what, that's a great way to handle water.
Mhm.
I like it because this is where like Howard Pyle would do this all the time, where he would use a tangent to flatten a space so he could be a little bit more graphic with in that given area. And it's pretty bold. Like it's like this is where that impact of light is. So that's all I see right there. It's like my eye just goes right to that. That the center rower. Brilliant.
Absolutely gorgeous. All right. That's all I got.
So
That's awesome.
I'm glad that Cassandra and Ray were here to help me out. Not that Dale didn't, but
I say, I mean,
I'm
Dale
just
did
saying.
actually
I'm just
more of
saying.
the talking, but we'll take the credit.
Dale was just pointing out how the pieces could be better, but that's okay.
I really wasn't at all, but
I'm joking.
There's the eye roll.
On the
How's,
topic of
how's Chris Payne going? Yeah,
oh my God, why am I doing this?
it's interesting. It's beautiful.
I was just gonna say on the topic of
Oh, that looks awesome, Dale.
I was just gonna say on the topic of really great painters, we just booked a very new, exciting guest speaker for the fall semester, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, when we're not hosting Drawing Hive, believe it or not, John and I actually run a school. And everybody here tonight actually teaches at Visual Arts Passage. We offer courses in illustration and fine arts, and the fall semester is enrolling right now. And every semester, it's 10 weeks long. It's totally immersive. It's one-on-one coaching, highly personalized. You're going to learn by doing, not by. It's not theory. It's not recorded content. It's meetings with a small class where you're going to get feedback, you're going to get guidance, you're going to be put on a path to pursuing what you want to do. So whatever that may be, everybody's journey is different. That's why that personalization is so important. It's hard to, I think, really thrive when you just get that recorded, like canned information. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but eventually you really need that personal guidance. Part of these courses is our guest artists, and I was so excited. This has been a long time coming. Look at that top left corner. David's joining
Yeah.
us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, David Kassan, amazing gallery painter, fine artist, just wild accolades. If you search his name, you'll find articles published by the National Portrait Gallery, things like that, just applauding his work and career. So it's really amazing. And then, as you can see, we've got also just like a stellar lineup. Someone earlier was asking about how to monetize digital artwork. Tony Rodriguez right here. He's going to tell you how to do that. Tony has an incredible career doing digital artwork, but also learning how to find his niche. A lot of his stuff is in pop culture, and like kind of also retro pop culture, or like what you call like zeitgeist art, or what I would call zeitgeist art. But Francis Vallejo, Iris Compiet, Jason Seeler, Afleur Richardson, Scott Anderson. These are just the guest artists. So the guest artists, they're just like this is like the dessert, I'd say. Is that accurate? It's the cherry on top of the experience of Visual Arts Passage, where you're getting all your
the main course. That's what I
Yeah.
put it.
What was that?
I said Ray's the main course. There you go.
But no,
Sometimes
you
with
attend-
fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. But the courses are all about, first of all, making sure you have your crosshairs on the right goals. How often do you all have someone in class that they say they want to do one thing, or they say they're working on doing one thing, but then it turns out like that thing isn't actually necessarily what they want to do, or it doesn't align with what their art actually is? You kind of help them figure out where they're going to fit the best and where they're going to, like, I think, have a career that they enjoy the most.
Well,
Like
all of those guest speakers are there to help you understand where you can make this type of art, where you
I mean,
can, how the industry works.
yeah, that's why it's all over the place. The guest speakers, there's never a semester where they like all are one thing, or like one space. We try to keep it really diverse. You know, Afua, um, first of all, is like a wonderkind of a person. Like, oh my God, talk about talent in different realms. But Afua does comics, does conceptual art, is a Eisner Award winning comic book artist. But also like an incredibly talented backup singer. Like has sung with like some of the biggest names in like jazz and blues.
That's
No
so
shit.
cool.
Um,
Wow.
Jason Sealer, I love it. My brother texted me. He's like, dude, you got to get those really intense political illustrations off your website. Cause they're just like all like, and I was like, dude, this is all Jason does. Jason is so funny though. Jason also is like good buddies with Kevin Nealon and is like a great comedian. So it's like you get to learn, like, I think about like what is the like how far can you go with this? Where can you, yeah, how many opportunities are there? And it's the opportunities are infinite. So
Jason's one of the least political people you'll ever meet. He just gets.
yeah, I know.
He's
I
just
know.
really good at fast quality illustration.
And my brother's not, just to be clear, my brother's not offended by it. He was just like, it's intense. He's just, he's coming at it from a marketing perspective, but
Yeah, he's being a good brother.
he's being a digital marketer.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, so these courses, they're all about helping you identify your goals and then map out how to get there, and then kind of all the information you need to get there. So they're enrolling now. Classes start October 5th. They are going to fill up. We have not made like a big splash announcement about David being involved. That's going to be big. So I would not wait. I think that announcement is going to be next Wednesday. So I would not wait for that announcement to happen, because that's going to be a big one.
It's gonna be a great talk.
Yeah. So if you want to learn
can't
more,
wait.
go to visualartspassage.com. Check it out. Illustration, fine arts. I mean, honestly, wherever you want to go in the visual arts space, we're set up to help you. So, yeah. I always feel like I'm about to be like, so donate your car to NPR. Yeah, no. Oh,
For the cost of one Fortnite skin,
yeah.
you could feed an illustrator for a month.
Oh, that's gonna be a funny way to relate. So everybody, we should probably move on to our third and long pose. It's the last one. It's the long one. You can choose the two final images. You can just focus on one. You can do whatever you want, but please post your work. It is hashtag Drawing Hive at Visual Arts Passage and hashtag Drawing Hive 218. Hashtag Drawing Hive 218.
I was thinking Beetlejuice is so Tim Burton. I don't know if anyone else could have really done the original movie. I know
Yeah.
this is the sequel, but
Yeah. I mean, just gosh, the visuals are so fun. Just even the sculptures that like Catherine O'Hara's character makes in the first one are just so random and wild. I don't know. I just have always loved the visuals so much.
can you imagine Tim Burton being an animator at Disney working on like Lady and the Tramp? Like,
No, I know. I think about that. I think about like it's obvious that they were always just like, he is so talented. And what the heck do we do with this guy?
yeah. Have you ever seen Loving Vincent? I think
Yeah.
it's not Loving. Yeah, I think it's it, right. Is that the stop motion one he did?
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, not Loving Vincent. What was it
Oh
called?
no, that's the Van Gogh movie with the oil painting.
That's a Van Gogh. Yeah, it was something
Oh,
with Vincent Price.
he did that.
No, no, not the Van Gogh movie. He did a short like Disney
I
kind
know
of
what
let
you're
him do
talking
this.
about.
Yeah, this stop motion animation that basically became the template for like James and the Giant Peach and Nightmare Before Christmas and Vincent Price. I think it was one of the last things he ever did. Um,
Is it
he
Frank and
had him
Weenie? I
narrate it.
remember Frank and Weenie.
Yeah, it was. I guess it might have been Frankenweenies.
Am I misunderstanding? Were you guys originally talking about the Loving Vincent film, the animated?
No, I meant that it was a short at Disney that Tim Burton was allowed to do, and it was like a black and white, and it was narrated by Vincent Price.
Frank and Weenie. Someone said Frank and Weenie.
Hmm.
That doesn't sound right.
But I remember he did
Uh,
do Frank and Weenie, and it was a part of Disney
yes,
when he did it.
yes, it was the short. Yeah, I'm always like confused with I don't know if it was wasn't Frankenweenie the short um live action.
That's what I was trying to remember. I thought that that was live action. No, I'm looking it up.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think's the longest we've ever talked about something we couldn't remember on the show?
It is just called Vincent. You were right, right. You're so close. It's just called Vincent.
It's just called
Yeah.
Vincent. Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you, Cassandra. See, I'm not crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like you'll see the character and it is like it looks like the character from um oh my gosh, what is wrong with my brain today? But the I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop
Like
trying.
everything by Leica.
Yeah,
Uh
that and like Nightmare Before Christmas or like James and the Giant
Yeah.
Peach, like the same kind of
Coraline.
style, or even the Corpse
Corpse
Bride,
Bride,
Coraline.
that's it.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah. Those movies were scary when I was a
They
kid.
were. I
oh
thought
my God.
Frankenweenie was so sad because I was like, I remember I was a kid when it came out, and it made me really sad.
Which one?
Frankenweenie.
I never saw that.
I never saw it either. I was terrified by my first Tim Burton movie was probably Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Large Marge.
That scared me. That
Yes.
whole movie scared the hell
I
out
was
of me.
like, I can like define the scary moments in his movies, his early ones. Like Large Marge terrified me.
And the truck ride.
Hmm.
Oh man.
I've never been a huge Tim Burton fan.
I can see that.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Not like I don't have beef with it. I like I don't have like a like I don't have like a critique that I could provide. I'll tell
Well,
you
they're
what
all
though. You know Lyndon Wade, the photographer that's come on before years ago.
Yeah, from
Um
the Waits brothers. Yeah.
yeah, so Lyndon's early career as a photographer, and if you can find it on the internet and you look deep enough into his portfolio, that was having a Tim Burton aesthetic as a stills photographer in the like late 90s, early aughts.
money.
Um, it really resulted in a ton of opportunities for him. And he did tons of photo shoots that are like very inspired by Tim Burton. Um, and there was space for it because Tim Burton owned the aesthetic and motion, but nobody was really doing it in stills at the time. And his career blew up when he was like 18, 19, like he had to get a fake ID because he had his first major shoot was with Target. when he was 19 years old.
Wow.
And the clients did not know that he was a child.
Awesome.
And he had to be able to go get drinks with them.
What?
Yeah. But he was just a phenom. Yeah. I
He
don't
strikes me
know.
as somebody who had that ID locked and loaded
His mom was
just in
so
case.
cool. His mom is so cool. Judy Rush. She owns well, she's a business partner in everything they do, but she kind of grew up in the era my parents grew up in the ad world, and Judy is a world-class photography retoucher.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh,
she,
that's right. I remember him talking about that.
yes,
Man.
her company, coolest name for a company ever for retouching was called Real Fake.
Huh?
Um,
That's awesome.
yeah, and she's like one of my favorite people to be. She's so much fun. But she's my
Do you
mom's age.
do you remember the photos from was it like from South Africa or something like that,
Yeah.
where they
Oh
were
my-
like
The
they were
story.
talking about the area they were they were photographing, and it was like, yeah, we would have probably died if
Yeah.
somebody like said like, yeah, you shouldn't be here, guys.
Yeah. They have some of the coolest. Yeah, she's worked on some of the coolest stuff.
Yeah, I remember checking out her website because it was still active, the website, at least. I remember, at least back in those days.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that, I mean, it's not all, but most of it was commercial work, but it, it was a pretty cool, it was a pretty awesome, where you're like, like you go to like a family restaurant and like you go to the Italian restaurant, it's all these Italians and it's the whole one family. They had that, but it was like a production studio. So if you hide the Way brothers, like Judy retouched the photography, like that was the post house. So it's like pretty cool, you don't see that at that level really. It was kind of old world in a way that was awesome. Um, but I was thinking about she did like retouching for like Eminem. That's always the Lyndon Wade photo I think of that reminds me of Tim Burton. Some of it, sometimes that stuff like that early aughts, like hip hop photography and stuff looks really cheesy now, you know? But
Yeah, I mean, I think
I say that because I don't
correct me
want
if
to
I'm
like,
wrong.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well,
No.
I was going to say that stylistically speaking, I think that influenced not only photography but illustration as well. I mean, I remember there was a more of a certain type of style that was really enigmatic of Tim Burton's kind of drawings. Like, oh my God, I'm trying to
Yeah.
blanking on who was the original illustrator of James and the Giant Peach. Why am I blanking on that?
Blake.
No, it was the guy who did the Stinky Cheese Man, right?
Yes,
Um, um, not Lauren Long. I keep thinking Lauren Long, not Lauren Long.
Lauren Long did the
Yeah, he did the Madonna book.
cover to Tuturoso
Quentin Blake.
Tomatoes, I
Would you
think.
say?
Wasn't it Quentin Blake?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Um,
Let's do this.
Lane,
Come
Lane,
on.
Lane Smith.
Lane Smith. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
There
thinking
you
of.
go.
Ha! I did it without Google, without Google. Still got it. It's fading fast, but I still have it.
Yeah. What was the other person? Oh, where was the other person, Cassandra?
Quentin Blake.
Quentin Blake did the original James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, he did.
I'm sorry, the 1990 UK edition was Quentin Blake.
I always had all the
Sorry,
Quentin Blake.
1995 UK edition. Lane Smith did the 96 US edition.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I
So I'm
feel
gonna call that a
cooler. I only
tie.
read the British editions.
Well, nah, I'm gonna give it to Quentin Blake.
No, it's a tie. It's a tie. But I remember Lane Smith, a buddy of mine, who worked on James and the Giant Peach. He told me like Lane Smith had this like way of putting acrylics down, and then like he would maneuver it with like spray fixative, like to do crazy things. While I'm like, man, that did not sound healthy. And he's like, no, it was awful. I mean, you'd have to wear a hazmat suit, but that's how you'd get like all these like crazy textural effects.
I don't know anybody who worked with poison who would love to go back to it. You know, like I was talking to Mark Fredrickson, and he's like, I would never pick up an airbrush again. Same with Jerry LaFaro and
Man, I remember Fredrickson. Fredrickson did the illustration with the kid in the movie theater, right? With the big like furry claw,
yeah,
eating from the kid's popcorn.
Oh
right?
my gosh, that just brought back a memory.
so good.
Yeah. I like the airbrush though. I have one.
Yeah.
Still have never used one.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome.
Seems
Just
cool.
don't spray like crazy. I only use like non-toxic pigments in acrylics, and I have an air scrubber.
Oh, you
Like, I'm
do?
not, yeah, I'm not blasting like cobalt or anything like that. It's just basically either like,
Smart.
yeah,
Oh,
ultramarine blue.
yeah, I did that for a long time.
All
That's it.
right. Do you guys want to do
News?
do y'all want some action news?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
why I came.
Okay. Here we go. It's gonna be rough. It's been a while since we've done action news. And my computer
Yeah, look at
just
the
froze
age.
up.
Look at the age of that logo.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Action news. Here we go.
Whoop,
All
whoop.
right. First on it. I'm doing it all out of order. I've not read most of these articles. All
This
right.
just in: the
Yeah, this just in.
Titanic
This
has
is
sunk.
yeah. Bronze Diana statue photographed in Titanic wreckage in new expedition. Um, the Diana Versailles was photographed this past summer lying face up on the seafloor of the debris field in the first expedition to document the remains of Titanic since 2010. Um, it was last spotted in 1986 among the wreckage of the infamous passenger liner. Um, and I'm trying to find. I just had the photo of it. Um, Here's a quote: "The discovery of the statue of Diana was an exciting moment, but we're saddened by the loss of the iconic bow railing and other evidence of decay, which has only strengthened our commitment to preserving its legacy." They wanted to recover it, but since then there's been new laws in place that they no longer can remove anything from the
Whoa.
shipwreck, which is
Is that because of like the coral reef that's
Like
probably
formed
formed
around
around it? Or?
I I was it was told by me that because the company that originally uh like claimed the rights to the wreckage, um they initially, I believe in the late 80s, and this is like going off of, this is a different story, tried to recover a ton of material and then like auction it off. and
Wonder,
and
baby.
and people didn't like that. And so but I'm gonna try to get the statue. Sorry.
Xander found it.
Oh, thank you, Xander. Oh, it's a really cool photo too, so I gotta share it. It's crazy they can get, you know how dark it is down there. It's pretty amazing they can get a good photo. I mean, I understand they have
Oh, yeah.
lights and stuff, but pretty amazing.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Sit there.
I keep
Isn't it
expecting to
amazing
hear
that that got like
piano.
that got like launched out? Like, I mean, yeah.
Now, is it constantly moving?
I think that there's a ton of movement. Yeah, that's a lot of, they want to just preserve it as a historical site. that no one can visit. But I mean, I understand the idea of like you just don't want people like pillaging a like the
Historic
site,
site.
yeah, historic site of a tragedy. I mean, like that makes sense to me, you know, and like what company has the funds to recover items from it and not sell them, you know? So like
Seems
I
like the last
big rule.
expedition would turn a lot of people off on doing it anyway.
Mm.
Well, yeah.
After your news, I have a little treat for you. That's
Ooh.
Oh,
related to
really?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's a fun one. A mysterious unsigned portrait in the style of Rembrandt recently sold for nearly $1.5 million, more than 100 times its low estimate of $10,000. The portrait depicts a teenage girl dressed in austere black attire. Um, the picture was cataloged as being made after Rembrandt. It was dated to the early 1630s, a period when the artist oversaw portrait commissions at Hendrik's Eulenberg's studio in Amsterdam. However, on the reverse of the portrait was affixed a labeled that implied the picture may have come from the hand of the great old master himself. Um, it was the Philadelphia Museum of Art, which was in care of this, said that such a label does not equate to authentication. Um, and so, yeah, somebody knows something though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good way to put it, Timmy. Good way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say, and it ain't Philadelphia.
Or it's a
Yeah.
very smart forgery.
Yeah.
Really
It
nice.
could be, man. It could be. It could easily be from a studio for sure. I mean,
It's interesting because you imagine with like technology that I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is like dream world fantasy sci-fi, but like eventually you think maybe they will be able to authenticate it with some type of technology we don't have yet. And I guess that's when that money comes rolling back.
Right.
Just another
yeah.
investment of the possibility.
Because surely 1.5 is like a steal on a Rembrandt, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is. I would
That's
think so.
that's like Rembrandt clearance sale, right? Going
Yeah,
out of that's a
absolutely.
Rembrandt going out of business sale. Yeah.
I mean, it looks in pretty good condition too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't okay, let's assume you cannot resell your Rembrandt painting for 10 years. How much would you pay for a Rembrandt at a garage sale? So you can't just go flip it.
And if you did
That's
see,
kind of a dumb question.
would you still try to haggle with the homeowner?
Yeah.
No.
Um my,
Sold.
my
I could
brother
do
and I
$7. That's all I got in my pocket.
I
my
was gonna
my
say $5.
my little brother was in his neighborhood. There was a house that was owned by a hoarder who passed away, and the person hoarded art, and he went by this house when they were just trying to empty the house, and they were selling anything and everything. It was just like $5, $2. And this person that lived there originally worked at Hallmark for many years, and there was tons of illustrations
Oh.
and paintings and stuff. And my brother was like, you know, we're looking for some Englishes, John.
Mhm.
My brother was like, I'll pay you $300 if you don't let anybody in here the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
And and you meet me here tomorrow morning with a U-Haul truck. And they were like, bet. And then somebody with the family was immediately like, nope, never mind. Never mind. We need to rethink all of this.
Yes.
He pushed too hard. He pushed too
Oh,
hard on
yeah.
us. He should have been more sly about it. And they completely bailed. They kicked everybody out. It like canceled the whole sale. They immediately were like, wait a second. I think we're giving away some gold.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Wow.
This one is pretty silly. art world con artist Anna Delvey to compete on Dancing with the Stars. Fake heiress Anna Delvey is heading back to the spotlight, this time as a contestant on ABC's hit competition show, Dancing with the Stars, which apparently you can do under house arrest. Real name Anna Sorokin was convicted of larceny, grand theft, and financial crimes in 2019, sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison, but just did 3. Basically, Delvey sold $340,000 worth of paintings and drawings, and just was living the life of like a fake New York East Village socialite. And just, you know, just classic good old fashioned con artist. The ABC referred to her as the notorious ankle bracelet fashionista.
What a name.
I know. And but basically it's just a question of like she's kind of being allowed to re-enter the arts and pop culture in a way. She hosted a gallery show while in prison.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think that would be difficult. I thought that was interesting.
Jeez, okay. Was it like prison art or
I think it
Yeah.
was just like, yeah. I mean, it was.
It was.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I guess she can pay her lawyer fees now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
she's
all I have
obviously
to
good
say
at
is,
some sort of business. I mean, like marketing might be it, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
She's
that's a
obviously very
killer
capable.
salesperson
Yeah.
What
She
was
would
it,
have gotten
Dale?
in the house, Timmy. She would have gotten into that house.
for sure.
Yep. We couldn't have kept her out.
No. God, Tony, you really messed that one up. Let us all down.
What a
Yeah.
great mess up name, you know?
Yeah.
Tony.
Tony. Anyway, tonight's action news had a lot of, I thought that was interesting.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. It wasn't as much as conversation starting as it sometimes is, but you know, it's off. We're rusty. We're gonna get back to it.
It was good, Timmy. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
man.
liked
Yeah.
it.
I appreciate
Jeez.
that, Dale.
I liked it.
Now I just want you to maybe help us pick us back up, Dale, by telling us the surprise that you had.
Oh, yeah. So I had my
Yeah.
brother is a Titanic authority, and he
Oh.
speaks at like he goes on the cruises as a speaker, and he's when they had the exhibit, the traveling exhibit, he was one of
Uh-huh.
the people who told you about what went on. So they hauled up this. One of the reasons they're not allowing them to do it anymore, I think, is they hauled up this massive piece of the hull, and it had a lot of rust on it, and it was kind of disintegrating in the
Yeah.
in the hull. And for Christmas, he gave my brothers and I
No way.
heaps of chunks of rust from the Titanic.
That
Yeah.
is so
Oh man.
cool.
I wish
How-
I had a soundbite. This is the perfect moment for me to have an Indiana Jones soundbite where he goes, "That belongs in a museum."
But this is like they were sweeping it up and yeah, because there were massive, if you go back and look at the pictures, there were these massive chunks of rust. But yeah, this was
That's incredible, Dale.
That's so cool.
yeah.
Whoa.
Awesome.
From
So-
like the deepest parts of the ocean.
Yeah.
You
That's
have it.
Crazy. If you're good, see these little pieces here? If you're good, maybe I'll send you something for Christmas.
Oh man.
Oh,
Please,
man.
you know what? You would just send me like a
Don't tease
pebble. You
us.
just send me rust off the back of an old car.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Now,
for years, I'm telling people it's from the Titanic.
Again, I would believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually just off of an old Lincoln.
right.
It was from my LeSabre.
Yeah, it's from it's just from the
called
frame.
the Titanic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole of a Saturn.
Yeah. It was called the Titanic, that model. That's
Yeah,
what
that
my brother would
model.
say.
I,
That's-
That would
He'd
be a
work for
ballsy
Saturn.
car. That would be a ballsy car model name.
Like,
The Titanic. Yeah. Or you might as well just call it like be like, we're gonna try out Pinto again. Yeah, it's been long enough. I'm sure people have forgotten.
No one's gonna know, right? Yeah.
And surely no one will remember the
Elon Musk
legacy.
resurrect DeLorean, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You did. I do just love that when people post like saw a Cybertruck out in the wild and it's just a photo of a dumpster.
That's really fun. There's one in our neighborhood, and I don't. They look fragile to me.
They're gigantic.
Yeah, but they don't
They
look.
look like an exhibit from Disney World of like, this is our future. So says the 1960s.
Yeah, it doesn't look.
Yeah, OG Epcot.
Yeah, I think it's cheap.
It does. I mean, have you ever been in a Tesla? They all feel cheap inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're fun to drive. I got to drive one when it was like, when it was like, did you see that weird car? Like when nobody knew what they were.
Yeah.
I got to drive when we did a commercial shoot with one. Yeah.
How much like does that crazy truck cost? I don't even know how much they cost.
They're expensive. They're expensive. Also, you originally had to sign a contract that you wouldn't resell it for a full year.
Oh my God.
Really?
Which, I mean, at the time it kind of made sense because they had this massive like issue, like dilemma where people were paying the deposit and then reselling contracts at they basically created a secondary market because there was such a high demand for it and they wanted to shut that down.
Wow.
Yeah. But pretty strange.
For the Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Sandra says it's $79,990.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not. I mean, that's not extremely expensive for a luxury vehicle at all.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I'm not-
bulletproof and impact proof, right?
Is
Yeah,
it
check
out
bulletproof? It
Yeah, I think
looks-
the glass isn't the glass bulletproof or something like that? Am I speaking?
That car demo is the funniest keynote like speech ever.
Oh, I know.
Threw a rock through the window.
It wasn't a rock,
yeah.
it was a steel ball. So like it could have been a rock and it probably wouldn't have done any like I've seen people throw rocks in cars and they don't do anything to normal windshields.
Yeah.
But it was that they chose a steel ball.
Yeah, and then they had weakened the glass. Did you hear about why it broke?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, did they do like a
he
test?
took
Yeah, it's not bulletproof.
he took a metal bat to the or like a sledgehammer, that's what it was, to the door, and they said that the vibration weakened the glass is what okay, and then when they threw the steel ball, it was weak enough that it cracked, and so they redid it again apparently later on to like a smaller group of people.
They set the goal a little too high because I have seen people hit them with baseball bats and it is amazing. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan or anything, but it is confusing as to how it works. Because they hit them with baseball bats. And there's like no mark.
I just blame them for I just blame them for probably like let's just have 3 cars, guys. Do like the Steve Jobs iPhone thing. Like just one that can, we'll hit with the bat and a mallet. Another will throw a steel ball at.
Yeah. What do you want in your vehicle? Do you want to hit it with a bat? Do you want to?
I think it's funny that people feel like I think it's funny that people have to diminish it by being like, oh, that's not bulletproof or that's not impressive. And they just can't be happy with, well, it is really indestructible, but that doesn't make it not a stupid car. Two things can be true at once.
Dale, you and I got to go the Cybertruck shopping since we're neighbors.
Can you
I want to see if
for me? I want to
see if the salesperson's like, pick your weapon, sir. Pick your weapon. You see like
Yeah. Oh man. These are what's funny is everybody on the panel chose the same.
It's cool.
Same subject, which might be the first time we've had 4 people on. They all did the same thing.
It
It's
might
like a
be.
Wow, man,
jackpot.
that's killer, man.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Thanks, guys. Cassandra, how's it? I love these. Those are acrylic markers.
Yeah, the grabby markers.
I'm dying to buy a set of those.
They're really affordable. They're like always on sale. I seriously get no money from this. Like they sent them to me and I've gotten nothing else from them, but I really like them. They're fun. My fingers are a mess, but you can just like they blend, you can work on top of it. Like I just think it's cool that this pink shows up after I laid down all the darks. It's cool. It's fun.
So you could paint basically opaque on right on top,
Yeah.
and it's like flat.
Yeah, it's super flat. It dries fast. Like it doesn't crack with the paper. So they've got my nod of approval. They weren't looking for it, but they got it.
Oh,
Dale, what are you using?
I'm doing
I'm starting to see less and less of the cutting board underneath. So
I'm just using. I just did a. My students asked me to do to show them Chris Payne's brighter thing with a matte medium. So I'm trying that out, and it's like what you said earlier, Cassandra.
Mm-hmm.
Got that red pencil that I use, the Carbothello.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. That I bought those, right? I don't know if you hear when I said it, because Dale did it, had them and made them look awesome. And then I worked with them and I was like, I'm not Dale and this doesn't look
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and
it's the worst art supply I've ever bought.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm being reminded yet again that I'm not Chris Payne. So, but it's it's a fun thing. You could just use this technique for anything, I guess.
I love I love the like the toothiness of ultra matte medium.
Yeah. I need a more immediate result because this is a slow buildup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it feels nice, but you
Mhm.
really, I don't know, colored pencils have never really been my thing.
Yeah, so they're shockingly translucent.
Yes. Yeah.
They're like, and for those listening, what I mean by that is like they're not opaque. You would think they are, but when you start layering them, it's like, oh, like where's my mark? Why is this not showing up yet?
Yeah, and you run this now with the matte medium, you've got a lot more runway. But with if you just go in with the straight up colored pencils, maybe it's because I haven't given them enough time, but it feels like you run out of runway pretty quickly. You don't,
Oh yeah,
you know, you can't put too many layers on.
no, you can't. That's why I like,
Mhm.
that's it. When I started working with color pencils, I really enjoyed it because it reminded me of pastels. But I realized how little runway I had and why I was told to put that Sure Guard, like use that stuff, that the stuff that Chris would use to
Yeah.
For retouching photos. I would put like a vellum surface on it.
Yeah.
Because you would just lose the tooth all the time on it.
Yeah, and that Sure Guard was it should have been called like Sure Cancer because wow.
Sure death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't crystal clear.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm
So-
talking about.
That's the devil's handiwork right there, man.
Clear your
John,
mind and your existence.
John, are you just starting to add color now?
And that looks
Those
awesome.
pops. It's
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
That's
cool.
awesome.
I'm not sure what I'm doing. It's funny. It's like I don't like using I don't know why I did it this way. Using pastels with a lot of color in the head.
Really? Why do you not like to do that?
I don't know. I just subtle color is better for it. This has got a lot of extreme color to it. You need to really push. I have to keep going back and reestablishing my darks to get it to make the stuff come forward. It's not working that well. Tell you what, it really is I have it it's so distorted because it's at such an angle. The drawing's really better than that, but that's what it looks like.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
The camera's at a big angle. Oh, kind of fun to draw though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I saw this reference, I was like, yep, I think I'm going to make my return here. Also, I heard there was art news
I'm sorry, bud.
and an artist talk.
Oh, you heard it. It was an Ankins night.
Yeah, at Aiken's night.
Well, next week, Scott picked all of the reference.
Oh yeah.
Scott Anderson picked all of the reference.
Oh.
And some good stuff. I think you're all gonna like it a lot.
Oh, it's already in it's already in the chamber. It's already
Oh, it's already in the chamber. It's ready.
racked
And
up.
yeah, I'm refusing to come because I didn't pick the reference. So,
Wow.
Scott is
Well,
going
Scott,
to because John is going to be absent next week. Scott is absolutely going to think that.
yeah, I was going to say,
I'll have
John,
to.
we'll remote you in or something like that. You know, I know knowing Scott because he's like the consummate professional. You watch
Yeah.
him to prepare himself, and it's just like, when I grew up, I'm gonna be like that. You know, and I said that last year. You know, when I watched him talk,
He's responsible.
Yeah, he's like, you knew he had those references. Of course, he had them a week early.
They're very good. I've seen them.
So they've got your stamp of approval.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be fun. All right, I got to make it next week.
Yeah, dude.
And I can't be like one and done. I'll see you guys later. See you in another year.
Ray's like, well, what's the reference this week? Let me see first.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about yourself in third person and be like, is it Ray worthy?
Oh, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm busy.
I don't know. I got an appointment. I got to test drive a Cybertruck, guys. Sorry.
Things are
Again?
going pretty well.
You're supposed to say I'm picking up my new Cybertruck that day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. See, I don't even know how to act like a successful person.
Don't even know how to do it.
I don't even know how to do it, guys.
No,
Kind of
next
the Isle of
week.
Misfit toys here.
Next
Yeah.
week is the theme is going to be noir.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's a throwback episode, so it's going to be all classic stuff. Should be a fun. It's going to be a really fun time.
This type of stage lighting, this like two light sources with like a flood, like a main light and a rim light.
Yeah.
It's like such classic, actually noir lighting too, right? I mean, like it's like this just reminds me of like the movie poster illustration days, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I was talking to my class about noir lighting today, and it's just that hard, no softbox on the light, just hard light, hard shadows. I love it. It makes everything so easy to draw.
Yeah, it does.
Extremely graphic. Yeah, very graphic. I love looking at old school like comic strips that try and capture that. Like I think it's like Secret Agent 99, Secret Agent X. It's by Al Williamson. It's like all noir night lighting. It's really cool. Or even like Frank Miller. Like
Yeah.
you could tell like how impactful a lot of that stuff was to to artist. It still is.
That's so cool, Cassandra.
Thanks.
Oh, it really is. Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You gotta get me a set of those. It will not look like that good. As
Oh,
good as
you're
that,
gonna do
but
better, dude. But
Very good.
it's it's fun because you can just be really messy. Like John, you like to bring the chaos and then you can clean it up, and so it lets you do all of that.
Well, I think I overdid it.
Now, you know what's funny? You guys were talking about like dual lighting and color and stuff. The color theory or like color psychology theory for movie posters is always really interesting because there's such a template for the colors that like that can be on like an action movie poster
Totally.
versus like a comedy. And like action, it is really hard to find a movie poster that is not basically a combination of like a fire red and blue.
Hmm.
Like always. Like it's really unusual. And when it is unusual, it's usually because they're kind of like trying to flip it on its head or something. And like green is like zanier. But yeah, there's like a whole trying to find it, but there was a pretty long thing I read about it that goes into it. But it's always like it's always like a dual lit thing where one side's blue, one side's orange. You'll see it everywhere when somebody mentions it to you. It's on cheap posters, it's on really high end ones.
I believe it.
Well, it's a great way to to bring contrast to a bunch of floating heads too, right? A rim light will. It's a really nice way of like outlining the figure while still giving it a graphic punch, while still allowing the artist to bring form, into the head, so it doesn't completely flatten out. Yeah, I'm totally a fan. Trying to think of my favorite rim lit moments in illustration.
Well, Ray, thanks for that, everybody. Now's the time to start posting your work.
Huh.
It's hashtag I
Oh,
thought
Ray,
that was a good segue.
So that
Yeah, I'm trying to buy you some time, Ray.
set it up on the tee, baby. I already
Yes.
had it locked and loaded.
The
but
way
that
that
would've
you
been-
go ahead. I'm
worded
still-
that, I
still
just
thinking.
pictured Ray in like a wingback chair with a pipe and a smoking
Right,
jacket,
right.
contemplating this.
I should take up smoking just for that reason, to be able to think
And
about
then you
illustrators that
gesticulate with
reminded
the
me.
pipe and be like, I know. Okay, here we go. I got it.
Yeah, no, everybody please post your work. It's hashtag drawing hive, hashtag at visual arts passage, and hashtag drawing hive 218. Hashtag drawing hive 218. I'm going to drop all that in the chat as well. And I'm
It's
having
blowing
to
my
use
mind how long Drawing Hive is going on. Like I'm getting Facebook memories of like, here's what you made in Drawing Hive 4 years ago.
yep.
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's been going on a long time. Also, I need someone else to moderate the Facebook group. It was supposed to die a long time ago. And-
Wait, you left it to die?
I did. I was like,
Oh, it got taken over by bots for a little bit. I remember that. And you were like, just let it sink.
just let it sink, everybody. Just go to Discord. I was just like, leave it. And then people still post. And then every once in a while, somebody's like, here's my makeup tutorial. Like, have you ever thought about buying these gel nails? Like, or
What's
they're like,
hilarious is I completely forgot we had that conversation, and that's the only place I post my
I
work.
post
don't-
there every time. I
I
only post
know
stories
both
on
of you do it.
Instagram.
I know both of you do it. You're
Yeah.
the two keeping it alive.
Oh, they really do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
post
do.
there every week for sure.
It's
That's really funny.
it is definitely like the road warrior of Facebook groups because it's like really great artwork, and then somebody's like, you should buy these boots for your dog.
Dude, I am OG. I still have an AOL email address, so
there you go.
I'm gonna hang on to that Facebook group
Yep. Well, if somebody else wants to moderate it, unfortunately, I just do not have enough time to moderate a Facebook group.
What kind
Well,
of,
I am. That's it. It's decided. I am exclusively posting my art on the Facebook group. So
what kind of hours do you put into moderating a Facebook group? Like,
Honestly, any amount of time on Facebook for me is annoying.
yeah, I agree. No, I mean, for you.
I moderate, I do all of our Facebook interaction through our Facebook business manager. I'm never on the actual platform.
Did it?
Yeah. You can't moderate the group without going
Oh my
on the
gosh, I'm
platform.
so hoping to see an uptick of posts on the Facebook group tonight, by the way, folks.
Just so everybody knows, if you mess with it, I do have the ability to delete it. I can take it away.
No, 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 don't mess with it. I'm just
I would
saying,
never do it. I would never
keep
do
it
that.
alive, folks. Keep posting, because I sure do.
But if somebody else could
Yeah.
maybe figure out how to delete the spam posts, that would be much appreciated. Because it is kind of embarrassing when I go on there and they're like, this cream will make your hair grow back. And then it's like hashtag drawing hat. Yeah. Or like, check out all these amazing toupees. They're only $4 each. It's like the spammiest of spammy ads that get posted to it.
I'm just picturing what a $4 toupee looks like. Is it like
That's a
Barbie hair?
Halloween. That's a
Is
cheap
it like
Halloween
Barbie
wig.
hair?
Yeah, that's a Halloween wig for sure.
do people still wear like
Dale, you're
like
airbrushing.
What was that,
what?
Ray? Oh, it's
I was
happening.
gonna say like Dale's airbrushing here.
That's so cool. Look at that. I love that that's so close by that you're like, you know what this needs? Airbrush. I'll make it happen right now.
Yeah.
Oh, always keep them, where are we? Yeah, they're right here all the time. Always. Just in
Is
case.
it hard to clean?
No, you just run some water through it.
Oh, okay.
I find mine's clog if I have long sessions, Dale. I'm totally probably, but I know I'm doing it wrong because I don't use airbrush paint.
Oh,
I thin down my airbrush.
what do you use?
Just straight up like tube to paint. Like I thin it down. But
Yeah,
if I don't do it right, if I'm in a rush.
yeah, I would never do that. I hate clogged airbrushes, so no. Airbrush paint's great, you know.
Yeah, but I'm
Wow.
not a real
This is how I
airbrush
get-
artist, so I can't do it. Don't do it, Cassandra. Don't go down the hole.
You can do it.
All right, everybody. Are you ready? Is everyone ready to go to Instagram? Check this out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The Visual Arts Passage phone decided to do an update, so I'm using Gianna's phone. So
I
Thank
feel like
you,
Gianna's
Gianna.
phone is de facto
it's
Visual Arts Passage
if like
phone.
if like a private text comes in or something, just know it's out of context and you're snooping. And you are in fact the wrongdoer. Yeah. All right. All right, everybody.
Oh,
Let's get it going. Awesome stuff.
great job.
And before we fly through this, I just want to remind everybody enrollment is currently happening for all of our classes. So if you are thinking about making illustration or fine arts a career, go to visualartspassage.com. You can learn more about the classes we offer and some of the opportunities and resources. A lot of fun stuff coming up. Classes start October 5th. Some of them are going to fill up before then. And sign up or actually just reach out and we'll talk to you about it. This is great stuff. That's a good Winona.
Oh, yeah. Great, Charlie. Really nice.
Nice.
Good job.
There you go.
That's cool.
This just starts playing music. Cool. That's a little much.
Look at that.
Whoa. That's
Cool.
very cool. Kenya.
Montage, baby. Oh, nice, AJ.
All right, let's
Whoa.
ease it up. Let's ease up with the music. That's new.
Fantastic.
This just it. Timmy
Ooh,
is
that's
no
cool,
longer
Xander.
moderating the drawing hive.
Yeah.
Nice, Xander. That's awesome.
Ooh, that's cool. I like that a lot.
Love it.
Nice, Julian.
Nice, Julian.
Very nice.
Nice. I like that a lot.
Wow. Whoa, that's awesome, Eric.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
cool. Great painting.
Nice, Eric.
Nice.
Good job.
Instead of
Love
the
it.
woe tonight, one person is gonna get followed by Gianna.
Gianna's gonna be like, who is this?
Who is this?
Harry, that's fantastic.
Awesome stuff, Terry.
Oh, very nice.
Terry.
Oh
Oh,
my
look
gosh,
at
that's
that.
awesome.
Oh,
Whoa,
nice.
Really like
Cool.
that. Great job, Robert.
wow.
nice.
These people leveling up on us here.
Nice.
Love it. Whoa,
Oh,
that's
cool,
awesome.
Terry.
Terry,
That's very
nice.
too.
So fun. I also like that your name is Critter Wings.
Yep. Nice stuff.
Great job.
Good stuff, Pat.
Oh, that's nice.
That's really fun. That's hilarious. Shrunken head. Good stuff.
Nice. That's great.
So many good ones.
Love it.
Love
Yeah.
it. Great
I
paint.
think people, nice. I know that's Nicole's. Nice, Nicole.
Really fun, Nicole.
I love how many people like really focused on that.
Yeah. That we're gonna have to
How
figure out a
people
solution.
not-
for that.
Jeff,
Know how to
that's really
turn it
cool.
off. Surely I can
Yeah.
turn it off somehow. All right.
There you go. Now it's off.
Yeah.
Oh, great job. I like that you put them together. Ooh, that's cool, John.
Very nice.
There you go. Timmy, I think I could. Oh, no, I would mute your computer sound. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with
No,
it.
he muted it, and so now it won't happen.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
just
I
having
know.
fun.
cool, Felicity.
Fun stuff. Oh
Whoa,
man,
Felicity.
Really fun.
whoa,
That's some
That's
great color you
trippy.
got there.
it's creepy. Nice
Oh,
stuff.
I like how you handled the light
Xan-
bulb too, Xander.
We still have a woe and a follow to give out, everybody. Just a heads up. Nice stuff.
Oh, that's
Oh,
lovely.
that's really nice,
I like how
Terry.
you handled the shirt pattern too.
Nice, Padma.
Wow.
Good stuff.
So
Huh.
fun. Yeah,
Nice.
great job.
Cool.
Good
Ooh.
night,
Nice.
AJ.
I'm gonna
Oh.
follow. The AJ gets the follow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whoa.
Fun.
Friendly
Good
old Satan.
stuff.
Names are great.
Damn, some good
That was
stuff.
friendly Lloyd Tan.
Amazing.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. Great, Xander.
There you
That's-
go.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Really good.
Nice, Jeff.
Nice,
There you
Jeff.
go.
Jeff was in a rush tonight. He was like, "Gotta snap the photo."
Got 40 more pieces I did.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
that's
exactly.
lovely.
He
Nice.
snapped a photo like in a blur.
Yeah. Here's an entire storyboard for the film.
Yeah,
That's what Jeff would do.
that's
Right.
awesome, Carrie.
And I did one.
Damn,
Nice.
Oh, Xander, you got a lot done, man.
good
Man.
stuff.
I think the
That's a whoa for me.
Something.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that's nice, Nicole.
Yeah, it is.
All
Ooh,
right.
Standard.
Well done.
Oh, that's so fun.
That's
Whoa.
fun. I love it. That's fun. It's always fun when somebody does
Give
something
that one
fun.
the whoa. I'm entertained by that.
It's nice stuff. Nice, Terry.
Good job.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
great.
that's great.
That's awesome.
You even got to the plaid.
Really cool.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, nice, Padma.
Yeah.
This is some great stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Friendly old
Funny Lloyd's Aiden, a tan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Friend
Great
Lloyd,
stuff.
a tan.
Friendly old Satan.
I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you, the names are so
That's
Yeah.
the good Satan.
fun. Oh, wow.
Nice, Peter.
Peter, that's lovely.
Really great.
It's really nice too.
Nice.
This is so awesome. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice
there it
worms.
is. I knew it, Jeff.
Oh, I'm glad you got the worm.
Look at that.
Well done.
Before we know it, we're going to be getting Jeff's annual collection of 7 Mantle stories.
I love them. I really do.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's
Whoa.
wow.
crazy.
I love that you did the lit arrow behind him. That's fantastic.
Wow.
That's so good. Ooh, that's
Nice.
cool.
Awesome, Alexandra.
Whoa.
Nice.
My citizenship meeting is in October. Alexandra,
Wow.
going to Italy.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I'm going to Chicago, but it's an Italian thing.
Kind of like it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Make sure you go to Sister though.
Yeah.
Rome, Illinois.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Beautiful
Nice.
drawing. Beautiful.
Good drawing. Nice.
That's lovely. Oh, that's cool.
Man.
Wow, that's trippy, Pete.
That's so cool. Lovely. Just lovely.
Man, great.
I love that
Wow.
one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Great.
A lot of people tonight. This is a good one.
Nice.
Oh, fun.
Love it.
Mom joined in. Awesome. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Fun.
That's great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's how you do it. That's nice.
Hunting. Just
That reminds
hunting.
me of that,
Wow.
that Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what you get,
Like
AJ.
Sienkiewicz.
Yeah. That one deserved it.
Oh, damn.
Oh no, not
Another
that
great
guy.
one right
That's
afterwards.
so
Oh, get
good.
rid of that one.
So good.
There's another good one.
That's fantastic.
No, no.
Wow.
These three are the reason why I never came back.
Yeah.
Wow.
whatever.
Murderer's row there.
Nice.
Wow.
It's just lined up.
That's
Whoa, look at Sally.
I
Oh,
love
that's
the-
awesome,
Oh,
Sally.
there's Sally.
Oh,
That's so
very cool.
great.
That
That's
is
really
cool.
great. Nice, Charlotte.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice,
that's
Charlotte.
Wow.
Jeez. Look at that.
Ooh, good job, Rebecca.
Nice.
Very
That's
well
killer. Man. Some
done.
talent.
Ooh, nice.
Knocked it out of the park.
Oh, that's fun.
So cool.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
fun.
Peter,
That is
man.
creepy.
Wow.
What are these people? When did these people start? Like 4 months ago?
I know.
We posted on Monday now, so yeah, and everybody, we're gonna be
That's
dropping.
still not a lot of time.
That's the last one. That was such a fun night, everybody. Thanks
that
for
was so
Night,
great.
everybody.
tuning in. Next week we got Scott Anderson on. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna be drawing and painting noir, so it should be a good time. And please join us. It'll be good. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Sandra,
you.
Barry, Dale, thanks so much. Timmy, that's a fun night.
All right, bye.
Bye.